So, with no further ado, let me go ahead and hear from these lovely individuals right here on the GMAP Broadcast Network at GMAP.com. And I want to simply say good afternoon to each and every one of you. How are you doing? And welcome to the show. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Can you hear us?
Of course I can.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you so much for inviting us on your show.
And I am so honored to have you. Thank you so much for being here. And you sound so, you're doing things so simultaneously. Why don't you introduce yourself? And we're going to start, we'll start with Mom. Let's hear from Mom.
Oh, okay. My name is Kerry Batchelder. I'm a mother of 2 grown children and happily married, and we live in Georgia.
And your lovely daughter?
I'm Sarah Batchelder. Just turned 42 years old. I live in Georgia as well, about 40 minutes from my parents, so it's a blessing.
Yeah. That is amazing blessing. But I tell you, if you're that close, don't miss the opportunity to stop by and say hi every chance you get, okay?
Absolutely.
Well, first and foremost, I am so grateful that each and every one of you are here. And, of course, once again, welcome to the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. For those of you that don't know, these 2 young ladies are a part of the GMAP Broadcast Network as featured children's authors. And all you have to do is stop by our platform at GMAP1.com. Click on the tab that is simply titled Children's Authors. And, of course, you'll see a copy of the publications we're talking about right here and right now. And speaking of that, why don't we'll pick with Mom first. You know, she has the wisdom and the knowledge and the experience and all that great stuff in life. Why don't you introduce the publications that you have available for our viewers and listeners today?
Okay, I'll be happy to. We actually have them sitting up right in front of us here just to make it a little easier to see. We have a little ant can, which is this one right here. And Sarah's the main author on that book. We have The Gift in the Giant Blue Box and I'd Rather Eat Worms. Those are the 3 main publications right now that are out. And 2 of those you have on your broadcast. A little ant can, yes.
Well, you know what? I'm hoping that I have at least 3 of them, but I'm going to do my research just so you know. And I want to start off with the one that has been released most recently, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Little Ant Can. Why don't you allow your daughter to tell us a little bit about that one, if you don't mind?
Sure.
So the little ant can is basically you have your working ants that are continually handling the day's tasks and don't really get to have a lot of fun. So one of the little ants decides to lighten it up, have fun, entertain the rest of the ants by having a carnival, by just doing various fun things to kind of lighten the mood, lighten the load that they're constantly having to work, and just makes it an enjoyable, fun time for everybody.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say this about ants. If we as people pay attention to ants and how they orchestrate their daily routine, their monthly, their yearly routine, we would be some amazing people. You know, because they have some structure into their, this is ironic, little world. They have some, I tell you, it's amazing because they have some really concrete foundation about how they get things done. And they help one another along the way. Now, I got this from watching that little TV show with the ants in it. I forgot the name of it, but they had the ants. Oh my goodness! I gotta find out the name. I'm gonna let you know. I promise you that. Now. There's another publication that you all released prior to this one. Why don't you tell us, and tell our viewers and listeners around the world about that one?
Okay, that would be The Gift in the Giant Blue Box. And that one has been around a while, actually. And that one is really about a lonely old man who has no purpose in life until he receives a gift that he wasn't expecting. The gift is full of fuzzy warm socks, and he is ready to send it back, just get rid of it. He's very disappointed in this until a little lox touches his hand and says that they can use the warm socks. It's a little group of mountain people that have very little, and he ends up giving the socks to them and discovers the joy of giving and makes new friends in the process.
I absolutely love it. And I tell you what, I mean, and ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm going to say this for those that don't know now. Kerry and Sarah, they are first and foremost mother and daughter, and of course, they are also featured children's authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network site. But I'm going to also say this: we're going to have to convince Sarah to smile a little bit. She looks so serious. She looks so serious, and I mean, Mom is there. She's smiling. She's happy. She's joyful. And then I look over at Sarah. She's like, "Wait a minute now. Now I got to make sure I get this right." So I don't know, boy. I got to make sure we got to keep a smile on your face for some reason. So, and Sarah, let me say this, Sarah. Thank you so much. I know that you're a busy young lady. I know that you move around quite a bit. And I'm just so grateful that you have taken time to be here with us today, even though you have such a busy schedule. I made it my priority to make sure I was going to be here today, because I know that if I miss this opportunity, I may not see you again for 2-3 weeks, or maybe 2 or 3 months. So I'm going to
That is great.
So I had to make sure I'm here. And of course, I want you to tell us a little bit about I'd Rather Eat Worms. Wow.
You'd like me to?
Well,
Tell you.
I guess I better go. I guess I better go with the best option. One of you have to tell me. One of you have to tell me about I'd rather eat worms. So I'm going to let you choose who that person would be.
Well, my mom wrote it about me and my brother, so I think I'll let her touch on that one.
Good choice. Good choice.
This book, I'd Rather Eat Worms, is about Sarah and our son Jeff when they were little. There's all kinds of shenanigans they get into. They were buddies. One always supported the other, had each other's back, and they got in all kinds of trouble, but they always managed to get out of trouble in the end and learn a lesson in it. So it's, I believe it's 14 chapters long. It's kind of it's a Christian-based story, and it has full color illustrations. It's, I would consider it an early chapter reader for children, probably 11 to, or I'd say 7 to 12, maybe somewhere in that age group.
Now, that's gonna be a publication that I have to get. I tell you, because I am excited to see what it was like when Sarah was a child. Because that's going to excite me a little bit, because right now she's not a child, and she's
Right.
she looks so determined. I'll use that word, so determined, and she's also very interested. That's a good thing. It's always good to I guess you can say, pay attention to your surroundings, and pay attention to what's before you and in front of you. And to me, it seems like that's the type of person she is. I don't know her very well. This is my first time meeting her prior to, I've spoken with Kerry quite a bit, but Sarah, this is the very first time I've met her. I've seen her, and she looks so focused, and that's a good thing. Now, if I read this book and find out something else, then I'll let you know. But I'll let you know. But it is what it is. I love it, and of course, I know I do have these 3 publications on our broadcast network site. You can stop by at any time, ladies and gentlemen. A little ant can. I'd rather eat worms and the gift box, of course. The gift in a little blue box. I want you guys to. Well, it's not a little blue box, is it? It's a giant blue box, right?
A giant blue box.
Yeah. So I got to make sure I get that right. I can't make it a little, little Rubik's Cube type of box. This is a big box. So you can stop by our broadcast network platform, and of course, you'll be able to place your order, show your love, your care, concern, and support. Click on one or all 3. And it'll take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about, of course, the authors as well as the publication. And the holidays are coming up. We would love for you to share, go on your social media platforms, share for others to show their support. I mean, if you're on Facebook, I know you're going to share this. I mean, hey, let's face it, you share everything else on Facebook, share this. So why not have some fun and make sure your family and friends get this? And when you do, and you show your support, I want to make sure that if you go through a location like Amazon, I want you to take a few extra moments and please leave a review. I'm just asking you to do that so sincerely. Leave a review. It's so important to Kerry and Sarah. It's so important to myself. It's so important to Amazon. It's so important to the people on the outside looking in, making their consideration to show their support as well. Please leave a review. I'm going to pick with Mom a little bit and say, hey, if there's anything that you or suggestion that you may have in order for these viewers and listeners to reach out and show their support, what would be your process? I mean, how would they do so? Is there a particular way that you would recommend that they show their support to purchase a copy of your publications today?
Oh, wow. I'm not sure how to answer that question. I think that I just really hope that the children really love the stories, because that's the whole purpose behind the books, is to create laughter. That's why the cartoons are there. That's why the illustrations are done the way they are. And I hope it draws families together, just reading to their children, because a couple of these are just for really young children, and hopefully, it creates that. And if they love the book, if they would tell somebody about it, that would be the biggest thing. And maybe get the word out there, word of mouth, I think is probably one of the best things.
I agree. And this is a two-party question. But I want Sarah to answer this question, okay? I'm going to face reality here. And as you look over the process of producing, writing, all the editing and, the entire journey, the entire process from beginning, very beginning. And I know you probably can't go all the way to the very beginning, because the very, very beginning you were being written about. So I want you to go as far back as you can, and then I want you to take that journey up to where you are and tell me this. What's next for you as an author?
I think that my passion for writing and I help my mom more so than I do the writing. We bounce ideas off each other. We've been doing this for years. She started writing. She draws pictures. She's just very has a very high drive for art and things like that, which I was never that way kind of growing up. I was more, as you would say, focused, and I did more mathematics, scientific stuff that made sense. And so she kind of pulled that out of me. And together we've, over the past few years, even longer than a few, I would say, we just bounce ideas off each other. It might start with just an idea of, a little pig or something like that, and we'll build off of it, and we'll create this journey of how we want the book to go, and we'll send emails back and forth. Like you said, I'm busy quite frequently, but I always take the time when I'm away to sit down at night and read the stuff that, she's down. I'll review it, we'll go over it, we'll talk about it. Same with the pictures, and just revamping everything to where we think it's a perfect product that if someone were to read it, they would want to share that. They would want to write, a nice review on it, and they would get the word out that these books they're great, and they're fun, and they come from the heart, and they're good love.
Yeah. Well, I agree. I'm excited because I know that it's something that I'm gonna, I love showing some huge support for especially those children's authors. I may not look like what I've been through, but I have 12 grandchildren, and it's amazing, and I love to show my support. I have one granddaughter who is just, I'm Pawpaw of the Year every year. And it's kind of an amazing process because I like reading the publications that I receive from the individuals that are more or less shown on our broadcast network platform prior to anything. And she really gets a kick out of it because we can sit there all day and just read and flip through the pages. And she's asking me questions. Can you go back to this part and read that again? And once I indulge in that process, I'm stuck. So, but I want to flip over to Kerry and say, I'm going to ask you the same question. I mean, you have a few steps backwards in order to focus on your journey and where it all started for you, and the journey as to where it arrived you to where you are today. What's next for you? What's your follow-up to something such as this one?
Well, I have many, many more manuscripts that I'm wanting to publish. I have a passion for writing. I've written other books that are adult books, but I especially enjoy the children's books. So I have quite a few. I'm trying to find a publisher that might be interested in taking a look at some.
Well, that's always interesting because I knew a lot of publishers. Wink, wink.
Oh.
So, you had to see that wink. So, if someone actually wanted to reach out to you all and touch base with you, I know, Sarah, I know you're busy, so I'm going to ask Kerry, if someone wanted to reach out to you and touch base with you on I guess you could say a more individual basis and talk more to you on a person-to-person level, what would be the process? How is it that you can be reached?
I can be reached by email. My email is klb.batch, BATCH, @gmail.com. That's probably the best way. Facebook, we have a page called Happy Books for Children, and they can also find it under my name, Kerry Batchelder. So those are two very good ways. And then through messaging, I can give my phone number, of course, to someone who would like to talk, and LinkedIn as well.
That's awesome. And I always tell people, if you can't be reached, then you can't be reached. And that's it's a rough concept for people to grasp, but it's very true. If you can't be reached, you can't. And if you want to be reached, come up with the game plan in order for you to be reached. because there are some people out there that want to touch base with you. And trust me when I tell you, there are some people out there that you want to touch bases with you. You know, it only took one individual almost 17 years ago to touch base with me. I went from having one listener to being in over 176 countries. Amazing process. And oh, by the way, that one listener was me. I just want you all to know that. And my wife told me, she said, you must really like listening to yourself talk. And I said, yeah, I do. But every time I open my mouth, God allows me to feel as though I'm speaking to a million people. So I will not stop. And one day, that one person that was listening connected me with thousands of people. So you want to be reached. You want someone to recognize the greatness and the journey and the things that you're doing. And it's only going to take that one individual. So allow yourself to be connected with, even though there's some terrible people out there, that's not going to stop. You know, I mean, if I want to look at it biblically, I could say and people are so, I guess you could say, concerned about the part in the Bible where it says we're all sinners. But Sarah, if you take a look back at what your mom wrote in that book, I mean, you know, we all have a past that's not a perfect past, but we're all here now, and we have so many opportunities to do so many great things. So I never, ever look down or look sideways at someone, because I know the journey that I have taken to get from where I've been to where I am. And it's an opportunity for all of us. So I'm grateful for you all being willing to be reached. And I'm grateful for you all being here with me today. And I'm grateful for you accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family. I am going to be inviting you back. I know that me and Kerry, we have bonded over the past few days. And you have the number. I want you to use that number, and I want you to let me know what it is that I can do to assist you in any way, shape, form, or fashion during this journey. And if you do that, I also want you to know that the answer will always be yes, and you'll never have to ask me twice, okay?
Thank you very much.
In closing, thank you. In closing, I want to give you both the opportunity to speak to the viewers and listeners around the world, sharing your final thoughts and closing remarks before I let you go. I'm going to start with you, Sarah. Yep, pick. I'm going to start with you and let you, because I may not see you again for years. I don't know, you know. So I'm going to pick. I'm going to let you have your final thoughts and closing remarks before I let you go. So I'm going to move over and say, Sarah, the floor is yours.
Well, I will. I first thank you for having us on here today. We both really do appreciate it. And thank you to everybody who's listening. I can say that if you are a fan of, what's the cat in the hat?
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
Right.
You won't be disappointed with these books. My mom has a knack for following in his footsteps, and these kind of mirror those in some sense. And they're fun. They're great for kids. You'll enjoy them as well. The pictures, everything that comes with the books it's awesome. And I love sitting here, being next to her, letting her follow her dream, and being able to contribute with that. So just thank you again. Thanks for having us on here today. We greatly appreciate it, for sure.
Amen. And I appreciate you being here. And I am a fan of the Cat in the Hat. I just want you to know. So I'm excited about that, and I'm going to turn it over to you, Kathy, and allow you to have your closing remarks and final words here before we let you go, okay?
Okay, well, thank you very much, so much for this invitation. Uh, it was hard for me because I don't trust a lot of people sometimes, because of the world we live in right now. And I'm so happy that I accepted your invitation, and I'm so thrilled to be here. And I'm happy to have Sarah here with me. And you have been wonderful. And I want to thank you. And to the viewers out there, thank you for watching us. Thank you for listening to us. And I hope you enjoy the books, and I hope the children especially enjoy the books.
Wow. And I'm going to be rewinding the tape and pressing play like over and over and over again to that part to where I'm so grateful that you accepted the invitation to be here. I really am. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to show your support. Go out, pick up not one, not two, not even three, but all four. Even look into the additional publications that Kerry has available. Again, you can click on any one of those covers. It'll take you to the necessary location to find out more information and details about the authors as well as the publications. And don't forget, please leave a review. If you have any doubt, you can reach out to me. I'll do everything in my power to connect the dots and connect you with these awesome individuals, these outstanding authors. But until then, I want you all to continue to be blessed and be a blessing. Looking forward to hearing what you got coming up next, and hoping and praying that we can be a part of that. Until next time, I want to say peace. God bless you. Take care. Take it easy. And, well, if it's good to you, take it twice. There's two of you. So we appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to talking with you again soon. Until next time, I want you both to have a fantabulous rest of your day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, you as well. And God bless you too.
Amen. I'm accepting that blessing. I'm telling you, I'm accepting that blessing. Woo! All right. Well, until next time, take care. And I'm looking forward to talking to you again soon. Kerry and Sarah, mother and daughter, children's authors crew. And we hope and pray that we can hear from you to inform us of how wonderful you really like the books and how much you appreciate what they're doing as far as releasing these publications to people around the world. Yours truly, Pastor Kevin, here on the #1 station in the nation, GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. And, hey, I'm doing what I love, and I love what I'm doing right here on the #1 station in the nation. Take care. I'll see you soon. God bless you.